reasons here this morning. So this is not something that as a spectator you want to act like you would in a pep assembly or a sporting event, okay? This is just for calm recognition and offering genuine congratulations to your classmates. Even if you're not the one coming up on stage at the moment, you have a classmate who is, and they genuinely earned that award. So you want to make sure you're sitting with your houses. You're to stay quiet whenever the awards are being presented. So no chit-chatting and shouting at your friend or in another house, all the stuff I just heard you doing, okay? No more of that for the remainder of the program. You're simply going to clap for congratulations, all right? That's the appropriate behavior for a program like this. Not hooting and hollering, whistling, pumping your fists, that kind of thing. It's just a nice, polite, clapping, heartfelt congratulations to your peers. When you come up to get your award, okay, you have to practice doing this because this is an adult skill also. All right, you will receive the certificate with your left hand and shake hands with your right hand with the person. All right, so Gigi, come up, you can help me demonstrate. So each teacher is going to be announcing their own awards. If there's a particular teacher that's not here because they have a class this period, some of the middle school teachers also have high school classes, that sort of thing, and we will announce them for them. But each teacher will announce their own awards. So if I say, congratulations to Gigi Santini, the la-da-da-da-da award winner, then depending on what side of the auditorium you're sitting, middle people, right in front of me to here, you're going to use those stairs to come up. In front of me to this side, you'll use those stairs come up. So Gigi was sitting over here, she came up, and I have her pretend award here. She receives it in her left hand, and then I say congratulations, and what she says? She says thank you, and then she takes her certificate award, and then gets to grab something from this bucket. So shaking hands, saying thank you, and then there will be some points. This program would take 2 hours if we recognize everybody that's in everything. So there will be some awards, or at least some recognition given for those of you that participate in clubs and sports and activities, and you will just be asked to stand at your seats, and then we will applaud for you. So just the people getting certificates will come up on stage. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and begin, and we'll start with Honors ELA with Mrs. Mrozek. Please come forward, please. I just want to say thank you to all the students this year for making it an incredible year. The following students that I'll be calling up have shown excellence in their work in ELA this year. For ELA 8th grade, Sydney Moser, and Evan Macbeth. Just as a disclaimer, because now you've seen, those of you that get your award out of the tub, not to be open here in the auditorium, that's for lunchroom, okay?
Okay, for honors ELA, Addie Changalay. Memphis McDonough. Okay, and for honors ELA 8, Lily Young. And Hunter Corman. Thank you.
All right, just to help us have this flow a little bit, so Mr. Solhanik is up next if he's here. I'm not sure if he has a 9th grade class this period, so he might not be. And then after him, Mrs. Wolf. So whoever, one of you were, oh, there is Mr. Solhanik. I couldn't see, sorry.
Okay, good morning. You can thank Mrs. Rambo. I had a nice little speech I was going to say, but she says it was way too long. So I do want to, before I give you my 2 top students in 7th grade ELA, I do want to recognize 4 kids that may not have achieved the award, but who I noticed as students who were working hard every day and who were focused, and they just gave their best. Again, they didn't win the award, but they caught my attention, certainly. So, William Mayberry, Amber Kirkwood, Billy Purvis, and Taven Chavez, okay? Taven, sorry. Okay, the top 2 winners. This student for the year had a 97%. Ethan Hamillo, would you please come forward? And in my 7th and 8th grade periods class, with a percentage of 99%, Ava Kutchell. Is Ava here? No. All right.
Mr. Solana, do you want your notebook?
Long speech.
Okay, good morning. So I'm going to go ELA and Spanish, but I'm going to start with ELA. So I chose students from both 7th and 8th grade who I felt did very well academically, but also were very involved in participating in class and staying on task when they need to be on task. So for 7th grade, this award goes to Elizabeth Pasco. And Miss Fourier. us out today? Okay, and for 8th grade, Alex Medved and Ailey Smith. And the next one that I have to give, the next award, is for exploratory Spanish class. This was the first year for that, for the 7th graders, and it was a lot of fun to teach. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And for this, I chose students who particularly stuck out in having a very strong interest in Spanish and being very, very involved, very attentive. So, which honestly could have been so many of you. But for this award, I chose Aubrey Maggie and Jack West. And the next award is going to be presented by Mr. Surgeon Hayes.
All right, guys, I just want to thank everyone for a really memorable first year here at Laurel. It was really a pleasure to have all you guys this year. All right, so for 7th grade social studies, we have Isaiah Servadia. And Addie Houston. Eighth grade civics, we have Joseph Sinceri. And Kaylee DeJacob.
Okay, Mr. Dorosh, you're up next. If you're here, he may not be. I don't see him. Mr. Dorosh? All right, so I will go ahead and announce to you that Mr. Dorosh from his 8th grade civics class that he chose. Congratulations to Aberdeen Dean and Alexis Sherry. Come forward, please. If I could, I'm just going to acknowledge there is the American Legion is a community organization that every year allows schools to choose one boy and one girl from the 8th grade class that exemplarize scholarship, leadership, patriotism, courage, and service. And these two 8th graders were already formally recognized at the upperclassmen assembly last week. but I want to make sure that they get recognized among their peers here. So when I call your names, these two people, please come forward. You already got your certificate, but you can still pick a prize out of the bucket up here. And so those awards went to Chase Bales and Peyton Milsick. Come on. And next up, I have Mr. Walzer for the Humanities and Tech Award, if he's here. I think Mr. Walzer has class, so I will announce his selections. The longer I have to wait for you all to be quiet, the more of lunch you're going to miss, just so you know. All right, so Mr. Walzer's selections for Humanities and Technology in the 7th grade go to Aaron Mack and Kylie Ruperto. Next, for my resilience class, I really looked at these two young people had over 100% in my class, as well as kept up with their planner and had earned the most participation points. So congratulations to Ava Elliott and Elise Edwards. Hey, if Mrs. Heights is here, she'll be up next, but she may also be in class, I'm not sure. Let's see. All right, if I could have your attention, please. For the Home Economics 7 Merit Awards, we have two students. Congratulations to Addison Uri and Butch Burgess. If I just may point out that already you're acting like you're at a sports event, and I specifically said this program will not continue for those of you who aren't going to behave appropriately. And I'm ashamed to say I'm hearing it from my own house over there. Just because I'm not sitting there doesn't mean you get to act like goofballs. So cut it out. All right, Mrs. Rambo and Mrs. Lagambo will be up next with the math awards.
Alrighty, so I also would like to thank all of my students for a wonderful year, but I do have a couple of students that stood out in 7th grade. I will start, they had a 99% average with, I believe, at least a couple 100% in there, and as you go up grade levels, math gets harder. So that is very impressive, and there were a lot of you too that had an A average, so this is not to bring you down at all, because I had wonderful students that worked very hard, but for the 2 awards, Thomas Correa and Cambry Davis. All right, and for 8th grade, I have Ailey Snyder and Mason Ernst.
Hey Mason, we might need you outside for the second part of the field day to do some face painting. So good morning to everybody. I often refer to as, my classes as my team. So I do appreciate my team throughout the year. You guys worked hard for me, and I'm proud of all of you. But as I always say, math is not a debate. It is about the facts. So the 2 individuals that I chose from each course are based purely on percentage. So I have 3 different categories or 3 courses that I separated. So first I'm going to award the highest achievers in algebra that are from 7th grade. So my group of 7th graders in Algebra 1. And the first award goes to Addie Changaway. And the second is Memphis McDonald. Okay, so the next class I'm looking at is my Algebra 1 that is 8th graders. So the first award goes to Lexi Sherry. And second would be Anthony Zaccardi. Okay, so then the next course would be my pre-algebra 7th graders. So the 2 top achievers in that course would be Mira Eppinger and Ethan Amelia. Band of Horse Sports,
All right, so I have 4 awards to give out, 2 for 7th grade and 2 for 8th grade. We had a very, very good year in the instrumental program. If you hadn't heard, we had a commission done, which was a brand new piece of music that was written specifically for the people that come to me 5th period. So again, very, very strong year, very, very strong group of students. So the 7th grade Instrumental Merit Awards, giving out 2. The first one is going to go to Lily Largent. The other person in 7th grade receiving this award will be Josh Sherman. All right, our 2 for 8th grade. Our first one goes to Peyton Milsick. And then our second award for 8th grade goes to Aiden Breitenbach.
Good morning. I am here to present 4 choir awards, 2 for 7th grade and 2 for 8th grade. A lot of thought went into who should get these awards if they have stepped up and come to extra events, put in time for festivals, or does extra work on their assignments, thoroughly completes their tasks. So it is my honor to present the 7th grade choir awards to Mira Eppinger and Brody Tinsmith. And for 8th grade, Cassie Polomuskanik and JJ Weber. Hey, if I could have your attention, please. Gather their seats. The next award that will be presented is for the Tech Ed 8th grade, which I think Mr. Wybeck is on, so he might not be here, so I will grab those. All right, so for Tech Ed, for the 8th, which is an 8th grade partial, congratulations to Alexis Cole and Ashton Main. We'll go ahead and let them have seats. Next up, we will do the Health 8 Awards with Mr. Wysocki.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I have the 8th grade health award. Now, there were so many good students. I could have put multi names in a hat and picked the name, and it would have been okay. But I took a look at overall attendance, final average, and like I said, so many good students to pick from. So with the ladies, we have Isabella Bella Carlson. And for the gentlemen, Wilsey Williams-Willamette. very much.
All right, next I will present for Mrs. Grin the art awards. Is Mrs. Grin here? She is. Okay, so that goes to, congratulations, to Gabrielle Gallagher and Hunter Gorman. And last but not least, I'm going to have Mrs. Hordesky come down and help with the science, and then we're going to go into some other awards. So come on down, Mrs. Hordesky.
All right, good morning. So I have 4 awards to give out for my classes, and I'm also going to give out Mr. Skirvitz awards as well. I'm going to start with the 7th graders, and when I say it was really hard to pick, I really mean that. This has been a really, really great year with a bunch of really, really great students. I think we had a lot of fun this year. We learned a lot of science. We had a lot of laughs. So when it came down to choosing somebody, I had to think about what are the attributes of a scientist. So I chose these 2 students for 2 different reasons. The first student always was looking for more, had a deeper understanding, or was always looking for a deeper understanding of his content. So 7th grade, let's give a round of applause for Tyler Fuse. Come on up. And while he's making his way up here, the 7th grade girl went to someone who had really good attention to detail, which is an attribute that suits scientists well, always being very careful with calculations and with data collection, and that is Claire Zeppelin. Right, for my 8th grade class this year, it was also hard to pick. I said a number of times throughout the year that I really hit the jackpot with this 8th grade group. Our class became a little family by the end of the year. We had some deep discussions, lots of laughs, and a significant number of eye rolls. This year's winners, though, always added something a little bit extra to the lesson or to the discussion, whether it be a fun fact or a thought-provoking question that led us to a little bit more. So the 8th grade winners from my class are Eden Breitenbach and Laurel. All right, and I have Mr. Skirvitz awards here. I have no doubt that he also had a hard time choosing. This 8th grade group is a lot of fun, it works really hard. And our winners for the 8th grade awards for Mr. Skirvitz's class are Kara Young and Lillian Young.
All right, congratulations for all of you Merit Award recipient winners. Let's give another round of applause for everybody here who's recognized. Okay, the next award that we want to recognize is we added this from last year. It takes a lot of self-discipline and sometimes some self-sacrifice, and a real genuine interest to wanting to succeed, to be able to make honor roll and or a combination of high honor roll and honor roll for quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3. So from this podium, Mrs. Kordisky is going to start by reading all of the names of the 8th graders that for quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3 made either honor or high honor roll. So wait until all of the 8th grade names are called, and if your name is called, you come up, you get a certificate, and then you of course can get something from the tub. And then after the 8th grade is called, then we'll applause, then we'll do the same thing for the 7th graders, and then we have another award, and then we'll just do some stand to your seat recognitions, and then it'll be time for lunch. So we're halfway through, guys, hang in there.
All right, these are the students in 7th grade who received high honor or honor roll for Q1 through Q3. Malia Ashby, Quinn Barker, Aiden Breitenbach, Abe Dean, Georgia Christou, Sydney Kuntz, Kaylee DeDeco, Gus Dean, Braden Faulkner, Ava Gagliardi, Maya Galazia, Seth Gilmore, Juliana Heiler, Brooke Hudak, Logan Ketzel, Hunter Corman, Lexi Kroll, Adam Kuth, Elena Lambright, Hannah Lewis, Bobby Joe Morrison, Mason Moser, Annie Pacifico, Raymond Perry, Cassie Palamascanic, Landon Sabo, Ailey Snyder, Tyler Stewart, Lewis Weir, Dom Willis, and Carrie Young. Let's let them get their certificates and then we'll give them a big rousing round of applause. Let's give those 8th graders a big round of applause. All right, the next students I'm going to read are the 7th graders this time, sorry about that. The 7th graders who were high honor roll or honor roll for quarter 1 through quarter 3. All right, Jack Prest, Butch Burgess, Malia Cloherty, Knox Contessa, Sophia Conti, Patrick Doherty, Cambry Davis, Tyler Dorr, Elise Edwards, Ava Elliott, Mira Eppinger, Addie Uri, Haley Fell, come on down, Cozy Fennick, Tyler Fuse, Tony Gaiowitz, Ethan Hamilla, Ava Johns, Peyton Kabolka. You guys want to make a line while we're waiting for Ms. McClellan, that might be helpful. Yeah, just like stand there and let everyone see you. Lily Largent. Did I say Jack Contrasep? I want to make sure I didn't skip you. Layla McConaughey, Cadence McCoy, Jackson McVicker, Lizzie Pasco, Micah Price, Kylie Ruperto, Isaiah Servideo, Jimmy Stivers, Sydney Tomzik, Olivia Vitale, and Claire Zeppelin. The 8th graders who received high honor roll for Q1 through Q3. Are you ready? All right. Isabella Carlson, Ellery Mack, Mari McKissick, Alex Medved, Peyton Milsick, Sydney Moser, Lexi Sherry, Lillian Young, Anthony Zaccardi, and Will Zelenik. Come on down, guys. Who received high honor roll for Q1 through Q3. There are only 4 names. That is Miss Addie Changaway, Ava Cutchall, Jackson Jones, and Memphis McDonough. All right, one more time for those students. All right, Ms. McClellan is going to give out some recognition for you guys at your seats for sports and other activities.
All right, so you will recognize once you get older, for the 9th through 12th graders, we have so many students and so many recognition that they actually have 2 assemblies. They have the awards assembly that is mostly for the seniors, which is a more formal event where the senior alls have to dress up and they sit on stage, and then they are not just given certificates and recognized. I see people eating Skittles, and I clearly said not to open them in the auditorium. All right, because we got to keep this place looking neat and clean because they have a graduation event here tonight. All right, so stop eating. You're going to have lunch in just a half an hour. All right, so with the high schoolers, they have a big formal event. Parents are invited, members from the community. Then they're not just given certificates, but many of them are actually earning cash scholarship awards. So this is kind of like a sample of what you have to look forward to, and that if you show that you have that self-discipline and that maturity and that interest and that creativity and that need to want to excel academically, as well as if you're in athletics or clubs or organizations, then it does pay off in the end. Not just doing it to get the scholarship money, but for the opportunity of the growth and the skills that you learn doing all of that, not just academic learning. So least want to recognize those of you who are already participating in things other than just coming to class and excelling in class. So we'll start with some of our sports recognition. So stand at your seat if you participated in cheerleading this year. Stand at your seats for our cheerleaders. Okay, let's hear it for the cheerleaders. Next, if you participated in cross country, stand at your seats, please. You may not realize it, but cross country has quite a record here at Laurel. We've got a lot of Whitfield championships and many people that have gone on to states there. So if you're looking for a fall sport, cross country is a great way to learn some things by yourself. All right, where are the boys and girls basketball players? Stand at your seats, please. Okay, how about our football players? Stand at your seats, please. All right, and where are our wrestlers? Our wrestling program is growing and up and coming now too. Congratulations, everybody. How about softball? Where's our softball players? We're already well aware that our softball program is very strong at Laurel. They're in the championships. And volleyball, where's the volleyball players? Very nice, let's hear it for volleyball. All right, folks, after each activity is announced and they stand, you are supposed to be politely clapping. I hear like 10 people clapping and the rest of you are just goofing around and laughing, okay? Be polite, use good manners, recognize your peers that are involved in other events, and they'll recognize you in turn. All right, did I miss any sports that are responsible? Oh, baseball, thank you. Baseball people, stand up, please. All right, any other sports? Oh, track and field, stand up, please. All right, what else? Is that it? Oh, golf. We have middle school golf? We don't have middle school golf. We do have high school golf. All right, let's move on to our activities recognition. Okay, if you are a member of student council, please stand at your seat and be recognized. Okay, if you participated in any of the types of academic games this year, forensics, all that stuff, presidents, stand up in your seats, please. If you are a member of Conservation Club, stand at your seats, please. If you are members of FFA, stand at your seats. They don't have middle school numbers for that. You're the lone representative. All right, any 7th or 8th graders, whether it was on the stage, in the pit, on stage crew, scenes, whatever, if you were participating in the school musical, please stand at your seats. And I know Mrs. Mosick recently had a book bonanza. If you participated in that, stand at your seats, please. All right, are there other clubs or activities that I missed? Travel club, well, that's just you guys going on a trip. That's pretty much all the 8th grade. Band and chorus are academics, so you guys got recognized for that. Anything else? We don't have a chess club, no. All right, so what I'd like to do is we have took some time to recognize today things that happen that are sponsored by the school district, that are part of the little school district. But I know that there are many of you sitting out there today that are involved in other clubs, sports, and activities that are not sponsored by Laurel School District. So for example, any of you here that are in dance and do dance competitions outside of Laurel, stand up at your seats, please. Any dancers? How about our gymnasts? Anybody in gymnastics, please stand at your seats. I know there are several students in the audience that are still active in the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, so stand at your seats, please. I know there's at least one person that I can think of, but there might be more that actually compete in competitive shooting competitions. So that those people that stand at their seats. And where are all my horseback riding competitors? Anybody that does those competitions, stand at your seats. And I think we also have some people that are in 4-H as well. If you participate in 4-H, you can stand in your seats. Okay, oh, there's also cheerleading outside of Laurel. So if you're in any kind of cheerleading competition outside of Laurel School District, you can stand at your seat to be recognized. All right, any others that you would like to be recognized, even if you're the only one, that's okay? Oh, where are the hockey players? Any hockey players? How about any travel ball of any kind that's not Laurel participating? Any kind of travel ball? All right, you have to be quiet now, because there are a couple people that were trying to give me some other things for recognition, and I couldn't hear them because you're all talking too much. So is there something else that we wanted to recognize? Soccer! Soccer, of course. Where's the soccer players? Stand at your seats. Soccer players, very good. Anything else? Swimming. Do we have any swimmers? Competitive swimmers? Very nice. I already said any travel clubs or anything like that. Okay, so now we're going to move on. Once again, let's just do a round of applause for everybody that was recognized today. Oh, somebody mentioned dirt bike racing. Where are our dirt bike racers? Stand at the side. Down now. I'm going to give you the rundown of what you're going to expect for the rest of today. We do have a handful of people that will have to stay inside for a little bit until they get done what they need to get done. We'll talk about that also. So let me grab my agenda. All right, so in about 10-15 minutes, we will dismiss you to lunch. Your tables are marked by which houses are to sit where, so you must sit with your houses. Okay, and start planning and strategizing what you're going to do for the competitions this afternoon. After lunch, there will be the following young men will sit in the office for 5th period, and then when the bell rings for 6th period, then you are welcome. So these young men will sit in the front office for period 5, and then period 6 you'll be allowed to come out and participate with the rest of us. John Fulton, Chase Bales, Vern Syke, Braden Bintram, Nolan Dugan, and Lewis Weir. You guys go directly to the main office after lunch. Okay. And then there are also, Mrs. Klingerman gave me quite a few chorus students that owe work. So the following students, 5th period, will report to Mrs. Klingerman, and you may come out and join the field events once you complete your work. Some of you have one thing to do, some of you have several things to do. All right, so you won't be allowed to be out at the field event until you finish what you need to do for her. All right, so those students that need to go to Mrs. Klingerman's room after lunch are Avery Bostanek, Danica Cartwright, Taven Childers, Malia Cloherty, Olivia D'Ambrosia, James DeSalvo, Ava Elliott, Jocelyn Hairharber, Aubrey and Avery Maggie, Mia Moore, Larry Stewart, Brody Tinsman, Lacey Wallace, Riley Blonsey, Gabe Burke, Jordan Carr, Nico Cleaver, Winnie Kinney, Elena Landright, James Neely, and JJ Weber. You all need to report to Mrs. Klingerman. Once you complete your choral work, then you will be permitted to join us outside. All right, listen up. For the rest of you whose names were not called, after lunch, you will, together with your house, report outside and with your house leader, and they have the rotation schedule of where you'll start with. Hydra and Pegasus, you guys will be starting with the medicine ball and the hula hoop competitions. So when you're in your rotation, you're just competing against the other team that you're with in that moment. But house mentors, make sure that you are writing down the times for the events for your house, and then I'll collect those before you leave today, or you'll get them to me before you leave, and that way we can look at all 7 houses and rank them for points that way. So Hydra and Pegasus, they're the first group there in the medicine ball and the hula hoop competition. Cerberus, Dragon, and Sphinx House, you'll start off with playing Send to Be Your Spartan, and I don't know if Mrs. Herdesky, if you want to kind of text the rules to the house members, make sure they know how to play that. And your other option, Send to Be Your Spartan is just a for fun game, that one's not for competition, but you also have the option to do a little pickup kickball game and rotate through that, just those 3. Okay, so that's the station where Cerberus, Dragon, and Sphinx will start. Then the final 2 houses, Griffin and Phoenix, will start with the jump rope and the cartwheel crab walk relay races. So all of those things that I've announced, all of the houses will get to do. You just do them in a different rotation. Your house mentors have a map on which events are going to take place where when we're outside. Now, right around 12:30, between 12:30 and 1:15, there'll be a shorter rotation period where you will get a chance to get a drink, use the restroom, and we were supposed to have the Kona Ice person come, but he hasn't returned my phone calls. So, but you still have a frozen treat that you're going to get even if Kona Ice doesn't show up. If Kona Ice does show up, you get Kona Ice and the frozen treat that I got you. So, worst case scenario, you just get what I got you, but it'll still be nice to like it. So, I also will have a bag or a cart outside, and there will be, during that break of restroom and cooling off and hydrating, it's going to be super hot out there, guys, so you got to be drinking. There will be, if you brought your own water bottle, awesome. When you go in for your restroom break, you can refill it at the filling station. There will be a cooler that will have some water bottles there, but you don't go hog wild with that, so we'll put that out. And then after the restroom and hydration break, there'll be one more rotation at the end of the day, and that'll go until about 2 o'clock. So about 2 o'clock or shortly after, you'll come back into the building and go back to your house rooms, and if you still need to cool down or get something to drink, you can do that from the water stations and stuff in here. And then you can just kind of relax and chill out in your house rooms until dismissal time. So that'll be what today looks like. We're going to dismiss for lunch, so just relax, and then in a moment I will make an announcement. So you can just sit quietly and chit chat with your guys.